It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. We are talking about temperatures this morning in the 40s. It is not a bad day out there across the region. We've got numbers that are going to top out in the 60s, and we stay rain-free through the daylight hours. More rain is on the way, which is very unwelcome news for those of you still dealing with flooding. Unbelievable river flooding happening across the Ozarks and some of our eastern counties from rain that came through earlier this week. And now more rain is on the way. So that's the big headline for you. The rain arrives after dark tonight, and I think there's a good chance for rain overnight tonight into the early morning hours of Saturday, perhaps even lasting through Saturday afternoon. So here's what you need to know. Overall, it's going to be a mild day in the Ozarks with temperatures in the mid-60s. Jacket weather, long sleeve weather. If you're dressing the kids this morning, you might want to add an extra layer, the thicker coat, or a hat and gloves with temperatures in the middle 40s. We're still not close to the freezing point, but the warmer weather is on the way. I'm expecting the widespread showers and thunderstorms and the heavy rain across the country today to stay well back to our southwest. This is going to be places like southern Kansas, most of central Oklahoma, all the way down into the Dallas, Texas area. That's where the heavy rain and thunderstorm activity is through the daylight hours. It's that system that's moving our direction and will get here after dark tonight, lasting through early Saturday. If you're trying to make your weekend plans, Sunday is the dry day. Saturday looks pretty rainy out there, especially early in the day, lasting through the early afternoon, as I mentioned. Rainfall amounts with the round coming through late tonight to early tomorrow. For most in the Ozarks, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch. That could still be too much, especially in some of our eastern counties and places that are still waterlogged from the rain that came through just a few days ago. But I think out in our western counties along I-49, places west of Highway 65, there could be isolated spots that get 1.5 inches of rain. So a good substantial rainfall in the rain gauge again. Highest chance for rain comes early on Saturday morning, and then the radar will start to clear from west to east as we head through the afternoon hours. I do have a dry day for us on Sunday. We'll stay dry Monday and probably most of the day on Tuesday of next week, but models are starting to signal that there's another chance for rain next week, likely arriving Tuesday night into early Wednesday. So November proving to be quite active across the region. When we get a detailed look at the extended forecast, here's what it's looking like. High temperature today of 63 degrees with some sunshine in the forecast. Rain and storms arrive overnight tonight. Now, I'm not expecting severe weather, but there could be a few issues with flooding, especially after some of the potential problems that we had in the Ozarks earlier this week. It will rain most of the day on Saturday, especially in the morning, and then we'll see the skies dry out by late in the afternoon. Temperatures will then get back into the 60s. I'm expecting more sunshine on Sunday. And for those of you that are looking forward to a long weekend because of Veterans Day on Monday, good news for you there. Sunshine, 65, looks like a great day to get out and enjoy. Around the country, what's happening is heavy snowfall that impacted portions of central and southern Rockies and the nearby high plains. We also have Hurricane Rafael down in the Gulf continuing to bring tropical storm conditions for the Florida Keys. And of course, we're still keeping a close eye on that critical fire danger out in Southern California. That may be a headline this weekend if wildfires break out for our friends on the West Coast. All right, here's a look at your Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question on this Friday. In which sports are the terms stale fish and mule kick used? Do you think it is A, surfing, B, climbing, C, skateboarding, or D, snowboarding? Well, if you are a fan of the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and you watched D, snowboarding, you may have heard these tricks called out. A stale fish and a mule kick. A mule kick, by the way, pretty much looks like what you would expect. A stale fish, you got to Google that one to see what that trick is. I'm not even sure how to describe it. It's pretty incredible, and snowboarders are pretty incredible. I could not have my feet tied to the same thing and go barefoot down a mountain. But congrats if D, snowboarding was your guess. Here's the question that I'll have for you next week. What state held the first Veterans Day celebration? Where do you think that happened? Do you think it was A, in Arkansas, B, Alabama, C, New York, or D, Virginia? You can head on over to the website to submit your guess. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I'm meteorologist Abby Dyer, and thanks to our sponsors, Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll chat again next week.